devastating for the industry. And we appreciate you taking some time to talk with us this morning, Paul.
My pleasure. Thanks, Greg.
All right, chat again soon. Paul Maxwell, who of course does our traffic for us, also a screenwriter himself, not a WGA member, but giving his thoughts on this ongoing strike by the Writers Guild of America. KSRO News Time is 7:54. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the conviction of 4 members of the far-right Proud Boys group on seditious conspiracy Thursday shows the DOJ will do everything in its power to defend democracy.
We have secured the convictions of defendants who fought, punched, tackled, and even tased police officers who were defending the Capitol that day.
Those men were charged in connection to their roles in the 2021 U.S. Capitol riot. Garland said the evidence detailed the extent of violence that occurred at the Capitol that day and the central role the defendants played in setting it into action. He added that there has been more than 600 convictions related to the riot, including defendants who attacked and assaulted police officers. Seditious conspiracy is defined as a plot to overthrow the government, and it dates back from the Civil War era. It is 7:55 at KSRO. And he can do everything. Talk to us about the writer's strike and also cover traffic. Here's Paul Maxwell.
Thanks, Michelle. Quiet conditions continuing out on the Friday morning roadways, at least in terms of incidents. None of those from the CHP. A couple of slowdowns, though. Santa Rosa, still some heaviness north 101 from Highway 12 to the downtown exit. Highway 12 seeing some brake lights both directions between Glen Ellen and Boys Hot Springs. South 101, heaviness in Marin County from Ignacio to North San Pedro. West 37, slow over the Mare Island Bridge to the lane reduction. Minor backup at 121. And a lot of heaviness on northbound 29 from just before American Canyon Road up to 221. Your next update at 8:05. Now with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast, here is Daniel Trucios.
Thanks, Paul. We do have overcast for today and a high of 61, 54 along the coast. Might see some light rain this afternoon. Could see some light rain also tonight as well, low 48. Seems the wet stuff just won't completely go away. And another chance of rain for tomorrow. Bit cloudy, temps in the low 60s once again. Mostly sunny then for Sunday, and temps though staying in the 60s.
51 in Roeder Park, 50 in Kenwood, and 48 now in Santa Rosa. KSRO News Time is 7:56.
Hey, Sonoma County, have fad diets failed you? Are you still struggling with chronic obesity? Then minimally invasive weight loss surgery might be for you. Attend one of Sutter Santa Rosa's free weight loss seminars from the comfort of your home. Learn about robotic surgery and the tools needed for sustained weight loss. Get your questions answered live and begin your path to a healthier life. Register to attend at ksro.com. Just click on the Sutter banner. That's ksro.com and click on the Sutter banner.
Get ready to soak up the sun and win big this May and June with Twin Pine Casino and Hotel's $100,000 spin to win giveaway. Play your favorite games using your Harvest Club card to earn entries. Then join us every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. for your chance to spin the wheel. Spin the right amount to win $100,000 in cash. Start summer off right. Win big this May and June with Twin Pine Casino and Hotel's $100,000 spin to win giveaway. Only at Twin Pine Casino and Hotel. Must be 21 only. Please gamble responsibly.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 800-730-8405 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check. As easy as, that's 800-730-8405. KSRO.
It is 7:58 at KSRO. President Biden is expected to nominate the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Michael Kastner reports.
The president is expected to nominate Air Force General Charles Q. Brown Jr. as the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, according to a report by Politico. Brown is currently Air Force Chief of Staff, and if nominated and confirmed by the Senate, he would be the second black officer to serve as Joint Chiefs Chairman after the late Army General Colin Powell. Brown would take over as chair on October 1st, the day after General Mark Milley's 4-year term ends. I'm Michael Kastner.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden says the monthly jobs report shows his plan to invest in America is working. It's the lowest unemployment rate since May 1969, 3.4%.
There were 253,000 new jobs created in April. The unemployment rate declined to 3.4%. The Labor Department revised 149,000 fewer jobs created than previously reported.
Fox's Jenny Casola, the Dow's up more than 400 points. A suspect's arrested in a mass shooting in Serbia, the second in 2 days there after none in 10 years.
After an argument with police in a park outside of Belgrade, a 22 or 23-year-old gunman drove off and started shooting an automatic weapon out of the window of his car. He killed 8 and left as many as 14 injured. Reportedly, the man was wearing a t-shirt with Nazi symbols on it.
Fox's Amy Kellogg. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Stephen Curry. I'm Steve Kerr. I'm Clay Thompson. I'm Draymond Green. This is where the Warriors play. KSRO, Santa Rosa.
From ABC News, I'm Derek Dennis. Some news on the coronavirus pandemic.
The emergency is over.
The head of the World Health Organization today, Tedros Ghebreyesus, saying COVID is no longer a global health emergency, but he has not declared the pandemic over. Worldwide, the crisis has killed at least 7 million people. In the U.S., a better-than-expected jobs report today from the Labor Department announcing 253,000 jobs added last month, despite high inflation and rising interest rates.
We did see jobs added in professional and business services, healthcare, leisure, and hospitality. We've been seeing that sort of month over month as we continue to come out of the pandemic and those areas come back to life.
ABC's Alexis Christoforous. Questions are mounting for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. First, a new conflict of interest claim that a close friend and wealthy Republican donor paid as much as $150,000 in private school tuition for Thomas's grandnephew that was never disclosed. And now another claim involving Thomas's wife.
The Washington Post reporting that Leonard Leo, he's the influential founder of the Federalist Society, arranged for up to $80,000 to be paid to Ginny Thomas for consulting work. He arranged those payments through a nonprofit group that did have interests before the court. And in one of those payments, he specified, quote, no mention of Ginny on this, of course.
ABC's Terry Moran. Serbia reeling after 2 killing sprees in 2 days. A gunman arrested overnight for shooting to death 8 people and wounding 14 others in 3 villages Thursday. And on Wednesday, a 13-year-old boy killed 8 classmates and a guard at a school. Serbia's president enacting increased fines for illegal gun owners and more restrictions on legal ones in response. Greetings by well-wishers from members of the royal family today. King Charles, his wife Camilla, and others stopping near Buckingham Palace. The King and Camilla being elevated to the British throne tomorrow. You're listening to ABC News.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The attorney representing the Menendez brothers, who were sentenced to life in prison in the 90s for killing their parents, wants a new trial. Mark Garagos tells ABC News newly resurfaced evidence appears to back up Eric and Lyle Menendez's claims that their father sexually abused them. A letter written by Eric describes the alleged abuse.
We now know that this evidence, if it had been allowed in, presumably would change the verdict.
The brothers have already spent 30 years in prison so far. The FBI has joined the search for answers about a ransomware attack plaguing the city of Dallas.
How many times have you heard it? Do not click on links contained in emails from unknown senders. Cybersecurity specialist Philip Wiley says hackers are well aware that
you can have everything done right, but the right person clicks on the wrong thing, they can have access to anything they want.
in this case, a gang of hackers called Royal has seized control of much of the city of Dallas' online presence, including the libraries, animal services, and Dallas City Courts. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Adidas says it lost $440 million in sales after it cut ties with the rapper formerly known as Kanye West.
At a conference call today, CEO Bjorn Gulden said the company is left with $1.3 million worth of unsold Yeezy branded footwear. The company parted ways with West after he made several offensive comments on social media and in interviews. Gulden says the company's still trying to decide what to do with the shoes. This is ABC News.
Live and local from our studios in Santa Rosa, this is Sonoma County's Morning News on Marconi Award-winning KSRO.
Good morning. It is 8:04. Today is Friday, May 5th. I'm Michelle Marquez.
That's Cinco de Mayo. I'm Larry Olson. Dan Trucios, our producer, web editor, Jeff Woodward.
Yes, it is. And I didn't even think about that aspect of the story about the Kanye and Adidas and all of that they have these shoes and they're not selling them. Like, are they going to end up like those E.T. Video games, like dumped somewhere and buried underneath dirt? That's so crazy.
All of the extra clothes ends up in Haiti, Michelle.
Oh my goodness. That's actually a really big issue. Like all of the clothes that is fast fashion, all of the like over excess of clothes and things that we have, it makes up so much of the stuff that's in landfills. So definitely a big issue. All right, let's look at our top stories this morning. A former UC Davis student has been arrested and is believed to be the one responsible for multiple stabbing attacks.
Sonoma County's Law Enforcement Oversight Office says some disciplinary actions taken by the Sheriff's Department were insufficient.
And a high-speed chase through the town of Sonoma reached speeds of over 100 miles per hour.
Coming up in sports, a classic Klay Thompson game as the Warriors even up their series with the Lake Show.
It is 8:06 now at KSRO, and let's take a look at your commute. Here is Paul Maxwell.
Thanks, Michelle. And this traffic report sponsored by WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Big accident developing in Napa, 29 north of 221, blocking at least the right lane. Solid backup to Kelly, and westbound 12 Jameson Canyon already backed up to Kirkland Ranch. The fastest sports cars on the planet arrive at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, May 12th through 14th for the Motul Course de Monterey, powered by Hyundai. Walk among the cars or enjoy Monterey wines and craft beers. Call 831-242-8200 or visit WeatherTechRaceway.com. Your next update at 8:15. Now with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast, here's Daniel Trucios.
Thanks, Paul. Overcast for today at a high of 61, 54 on the coast. Maybe some rain this afternoon. Be light, if any. Wind speeds 5 to 10 miles an hour inland, 20 along the shores, and maybe some light rain tonight, low 48 degrees. Very similar for tomorrow. Chance of rain, bit cloudy, temps in the low 60s. Sunday, the mostly sunny skies, but temperatures not really rising, mid 60s then.
49 in Cloverdale and 51 in Santa Rosa. Traffic on the 5s, weather 6 times an hour, mornings on KSRO, where the news time is 8:07. Police in Davis have made an arrest after public tips led to a suspect in 3 recent stabbings. Police Chief Darren Pytel says 15 callers identified a person Wednesday near Sycamore Park.
And he was wearing really the same clothing that was described by the witnesses after the 3rd attack.
The suspect is identified as 21-year-old Carlos Dominguez, a recent student at UC Davis. In a statement, the school says he was separated from the university on April 25th for academic reasons. He faces 2 homicide charges and 1 attempted murder charge. Mayor Will Arnold said, quote, "A murderer is off the streets and our families will sleep better tonight."
Sonoma County's Independent Office of Law Enforcement Review and Outreach is taking issue with the punishments handed out in 4 disciplinary cases. Sonoma County Sheriff Watchdog audited 3 dozen disciplinary cases involving Sonoma County Sheriff's Office employees accused of violating department policy. Found more than half of the investigations were incomplete and says the punishments in 4 disciplinary cases are insufficient. 4 cases included deputies' excessive use of force in 2020, County Jail Correctional deputies' excessive use of force in 2019, an investigation into dispatchers transmitting inaccurate information to deputies in 2020, and a deputy found to have violated rules against having close personal relationships with confidential informants in 2019.
A man who claimed he was a federal agent is behind bars after leading police on a high-speed chase through downtown Sonoma. The suspect drove faster than 100 miles per hour on Thursday afternoon. Sonoma Police Chief Brandon Cutting says at one point the guy briefly stopped to shout that he was a federal agent and then sped off again. The chase ended after he drove into the backyard of a home, disabling the car. Sonoma police are evaluating the suspect for drug use and mental illness.
City of Healdsburg is considering a gun safety ordinance due to the increase of mass shootings across the country. City Council this week discussed a measure that would require gun owners in Healdsburg to store firearms in a locked container or place a locking device on the firearm while it's stored. They also discussed requiring gun owners to report missing or stolen firearms in a timely manner and low-cost gun safety methods. Staff been directed to return to the Healdsburg City Council with a proposed ordinance and recommendations at a future meeting.
A second smart station in Petaluma has gotten final approval. The City Council have approved an agreement with Smart to begin construction of the Petaluma North Station at Corona Road and North McDowell Boulevard. Over $14 million has been set aside for the project, which also includes a 3-mile pathway stretch for non-motorized bicyclists and pedestrians from South Point Boulevard to Pengrove's Main Street. Construction could begin as soon as October, and the station could be finished by early 2025.
California launching a new statewide hate crime hotline. Multi-language phone line and website provides a safe, anonymous reporting option for victims and witnesses of hate acts. People can call 833-8-NO-HATE or go to the California vs. Hate website at caversHate.org. Hotline services are confidential and provided for free, regardless of immigration status. Hate acts can be reported in 15 different languages through the online portal and in over 200 languages when calling the hotline.
It is 8:10 now at KSRO.
Edward Fillion and the team at the Center for Spiritual Living continues to create a world that works for everyone. The Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa invites you back with 2 identical in-person services each Sunday at 9 and 11. From 10 to 11, visit the art show and Stepping Stones books and gifts. You can also view services on the website, Facebook, and YouTube. Go to cslsr.org for more information and updates. Attend Wednesday evening meditations from home via Zoom. Take advantage of the telephone prayer ministry, access videos of Sunday messages, and resources like the online affirmative prayer library covering a variety of subjects. That's cslsr.org. On behalf of Edward Fillion and the staff, we are immensely grateful for the dozens of individuals and teams working to keep us connected and on our spiritual path as we study, pray, love, support, and serve together. Listen to Spiritual Living with Edward Fillion, Sundays at 8:30 a.m. right here on KSRO.
Hi, this is Allison Norman, host of the Real Estate Hour, Sundays right here on KSRO. If this is the year you plan to start building your real estate investment portfolio, let's chat. As a local realtor and property owner, I'm a firm believer in the power of real estate as a wealth building tool. Have you been thinking of investing in real estate but don't know where to start? I can help. Whether you're thinking of a long-term retirement strategy, passive income, an income-generating vacation home, or simply looking for information, I can connect you with agents I know and trust around the world to help you through the process. Give me a call and I'll give you some honest advice, whether you decide to hire me as your realtor or not.
Allison Norman is a realtor with Keller Williams Realty, and she's host of the Real Estate Hour, Sundays at 9 a.m. on KSRO. To discuss your specific real estate needs, or to make a no-obligation appointment, call or text 707-799-3617. DRE license number 01720334.
It is 8:12 at KSRO. Time for a look at financial news with Steve Reuter at Merrill Lynch in downtown Santa Rosa. Steve, we got a pretty good jobs report. How's the market reacting?
Well, market's reacting very well here this morning. It's been really pretty much a crummy week until we get here today. I don't know if we can bail out the previous 4 days here on Friday, but we're coming close. The unemployment report was much better than expected, with 253,000 new jobs created, and the unemployment rate drops to 3.4%. And for a change, we're treating that as good news. The Dow up 442 points currently. That's the high of the session so far at 33,568. Nasdaq up 210 points at 12,176. Bond market off a full point. Gold down $39 at $2,016. I'm Steve Reuter at Merrill Lynch for KSRO.
Financial news at 12 and 42, mornings on KSRO. Now with a KSRO sports update, here's Larry Olson.
Warriors and Lakers game 2 of the Western Conference semifinals, not even close.
Clay Thompson filling it a bit right now, knocks down another
Your classic Klay Thompson game, 30 points on 8 3-pointers. Dubs run away with it, 127-100, even up the series at a game.